A lot of you guys are mad I spent $700 to renew my Amex Platinum card, and I get that might not make a ton of sense for everybody, but I do think spending $325 a year on the Amex Gold makes a ton of sense for most people, especially because it is basically free after I tell you all the benefits. So let's get started. $325 annual fee, but the first year you get a 100,000 point sign-on bonus, which basically equates to $700 to $1,100 worth of free stuff, depending on how you spend those points. Then you get a $120 Uber Eats credit, so $10 a month. $84 Dunkin' credit, so $7 a month. But even if you don't spend it every single month, you can transfer those $7 to your Dunkin' app and just start stacking Dunkin' dollars and spend it all at once. Then you have a $100 Resy credit, so any restaurant that is affiliated with Amex, you can go to that restaurant, pay the bill, and they will automatically take $50 off your bill twice a year. Then you have a $120 dining credit. Amex has partnered with hundreds of restaurants like Five Guys and Cheesecake Factory. Anytime you go there, you will get $10 off once a month again. Then, even though this isn't a travel card like the Platinum is, you still get a hotel credit. So a $100 credit at the Amex Hotel Collection. So if you book it with this card or you pay anything with it, you will get a $100 credit, which is always nice. And then you get 4 points back on any groceries and restaurant purchases that you do with this card, which is even better than this card. Like, I wish this one had it. But then you get 3x on flights, 2x on hotels, and 1 point on everything else. So again, if you travel more than 5 times a year, this card is worth it in my opinion. But if you don't travel all that much and you just want a nice card, this is like a mid-tier card, not a beginner card. It's not the high end, but for $325, you get a lot of bang for your buck. And it's basically free. I highly recommend Amex Gold, $325 a year. Goodbye. So I have a perfect credit score and I have over 15 credit cards at 26 years old. Here are the 5 simple steps that you are going to follow to do the same. In order to have an 800 credit score, you need a credit card. I got my first credit card the day I turned 18. I went straight to Bank of America, applied for it, and got approved for a $1,000 credit card. Once you have that credit card, you are going to use it every single day, just like a debit card. You are going to put all your expenses on there, whether it be food, gas, subscriptions, whatever it is, put it on the credit card. But the key thing is you are going to treat it like a debit card. If you don't have that money sitting in your checking account, you cannot afford to swipe that credit card. You are going to pay it off every single month in full and carry no debt into the next month. You don't want to pay any interest that is going to not only hurt you financially, but also lower your credit score. Then after that, you are going to get a new credit card every 6 to 12 months. I know people will say, oh, you need to watch your utilization rate, you need to apply only once a year, and all these little technicalities. Sure, it might affect your credit score minorly in the short term, but I'm talking about long term. I'm 26 years old now. I have over an 800 credit score, and I did all these things not by nitpicking every little thing, but by doing the simple things. Never carry any debt, never have a late payment, and continue to get more credit cards because that will increase your credit limit and lower your credit utilization score over time. And then once you have your first 2 or 3 credit cards, you can get deeper into the credit cards and points game and figure out what cards are best for you and your lifestyle. That way you can maximize your points and get free trips and free travel, free food, etc. But on top of that, I think getting a loan is really, really beneficial, or at least it was a beneficial thing for me to get an auto loan in my name, no cosigner, but it shows the banks that you are responsible and that you can pay a large amount of money every single month for many years. So in 2020, I got my first auto loan for a 2020 Tesla Model 3 Performance. I had that payment for about 6 years. I paid it off a year early, but I was never late on a payment, and now I can pretty much get approved for any loan, especially with my income, my credit score. I can pretty much get a mortgage, I can get a business loan, I can go buy another car, I might get another supercar here, not another supercar, my first supercar here shortly, so I'll walk you guys through that loan process if I do go through that. But if you do all those things, you will have a perfect credit score in no time.
If you are stuck kind of in the like 2 to 800 viewed video range, it's probably because you don't have a super hook. I've worked with some creators that have been on like Rogan like 2 or 3 times. I'm talking like 4 different creators. They have 9-figure businesses, and they do one thing different in their journey up. To be clear, we're not comparing you to them now. I'm talking about their journey up. They do one thing different that most people watch this video probably don't do right, and it's the super hook in their videos. The super hook is the second sentence you're going to say, okay? The first sentence is you tell them, it's the hook, you tell them what the video is going to be about in a very creative, hooky way that isn't corny and algorithmic and too hooky. Yeah, you guys like that advice? Good luck. The second sentence is your super hook, and I learned this from Davi Gazelle, absolute wizard. Davi, if you see this, let's go. The super hook is answering the question, why should I listen to you? Why should I listen to you? Social proof. If you think about a landing page, there's social proof on there, there's testimonials, there's statistics, there's reviews. You're telling the buyer on a landing page why they should buy, and in videos, we have to tell people why they should listen, okay? If you think that you just get to make a video and you're just gonna get views without earning their view, without telling them why they should listen to you, without having done anything noteworthy to even have a reason why they should listen to you, you have like a fallacy in your mind. That's a shortcut. It's a shortcut, and it's actually going to end up not working. It's going to be a shortcut that turns into a long cut that doesn't work. You like that? Okay. So answering the question, why should I listen to you? I want to give an example. In this video, if you go back, I talked about how I've worked with bigger creators that have been on Rogan. Another way to do this, a very clear but kind of corny way, is talking about how much money you've made in a short amount of time. That's an easy way to do it. Another way could just be talking about a lifestyle that you've earned. Hey, I get to travel the world now, and I love it. Here's the video. It could be a different accomplishment. It could be how I got, to an Ivy League school, or I spent 4 years at an Ivy League school and I learned this. It's these things that just earn a little bit of credibility. You want to say them without being arrogant and without being very flashy. And I know this is not great advice because that's not tactical. Okay? You just kind of have to test it and get more comfortable saying it, and test a new angle and test a different angle. Say it faster and more nonchalant, and then try it longer, and then try different numbers. But your super hook is something that should be in every single one of your videos, almost 80% probably. You should have 2 or 3 in your arsenal. You should have 2 or 3 that can ebb and flow to make sure you're not saying the same thing over and over again. But what it does is it adds credibility, it earns the click, it earns the watch. And what I want to say is, if you have done nothing in your life to earn a super hook, to earn someone's view, to earn someone's watch time, I just want to encourage you to maybe make content, but prioritize going and doing something that would earn you credibility. I tried to be a content creator for a year, and it flopped. It was not good. Then what I did is I went and I built a business and found